The Galactic Council chamber stretched 3 kilometers in diameter, its translucent walls displaying the swirling nebulae of the Andromeda sector. Elsa Chen stood at the human delegation podium, her neural interface flickering with real-time translation data from 47 species. The air recyclers hummed at precisely zero point 0.3 atmospheres, a compromise that left everyone equally uncomfortable. The Terran Confederation requests an extension on antimatter production quotas, Elsa announced, her voice steady despite the cortisol flooding her bloodstream. Our Jupiter harvesting stations require laughter, not the polite dismissal she'd grown accustomed to, but open mockery that rippled through the amphitheater like a sonic weapon. The Drakvian ambassador, a crystalline entity that communicated through controlled electromagnetic pulses, generated a frequency that translated as contempt across every species' auditory range. Humans, the VRYN High Arbiter clicked, its mandibles creating perfect mathematical harmonics. Your species achieved faster than light travel 17 cycles ago. The VRYN mastered quantum tunneling 4,000 cycles before your ancestors discovered agriculture. You are children playing with fusion torches. William Torres, standing beside Elsa as military attaché, felt his jaw tighten. The subdermal comm implant behind his ear vibrated with encrypted signals from Earth's strategic command. His augmented vision detected micro-expressions across the chamber, satisfaction from the Keltorians, amusement from the Zephyrites, cold calculation from the synthetic collective. We've honored every treaty, Elsa continued, accessing holographic data streams with practice gestures. The Non-Proliferation Accord, the Habitable World Preservation Act, the Sentient Rights Charter. We've restricted our expansion to 12 systems while species with millennia of advancement occupy thousands. Because you are restricted, interrupted the Keltorian Prime, its 3-meter frame casting shadows that shouldn't exist in uniform lighting. The treaties protect the galaxy from humanity's volatility. Your species nearly exterminated itself with primitive fission weapons. You wage war over imaginary boundaries and tribal affiliations. The Council's wisdom keeps you contained. William's neural implant buzzed again, this time with priority alpha codes. His retinal display showed a message from Admiral Sarah Kowalski, package delivered. Awaiting your signal. Elsa felt it too, through her own command channel. She looked at William, and in that microsecond of eye contact, 17 years of diplomatic frustration crystallized into singular purpose. Honored Council, Elsa said, her voice dropping to a register that activated the chamber's acoustic enhancement. Humanity formally withdraws from all galactic treaties, effective immediately. Silence. Not the dramatic pause of political theater, but the genuine shock of 300 alien species processing the impossible. You cannot, the VRYN began. Article 47, Section 12 of the Treaty of Centauri Prime, William interrupted, his command voice honed by combat in the Martian insurgency. Any sovereign species may withdraw upon formal declaration. No council vote required. We're not asking permission. We're informing you of a completed action. The Drakvian's electromagnetic field intensified to painful frequencies. You'll destroy yourselves within a decade without council guidance. Your economic systems, your resource distribution, your very survival depends on our compliance. Elsa finished. Not anymore. She activated her wrist console. The holographic displays throughout the chamber flickered, then filled with imagery that made oxygen-breathing species gasp and silicon-based entities recalculate their threat assessments. The Ross-128 system, previously uninhabited according to council surveys, now housed 17 human megastructures. Dyson swarm collectors orbited the star, each panel generating exawatts of power. Asteroid mining operations processed entire planetary bodies into raw materials. Most striking were the shipyards, massive frameworks where vessels of unprecedented design took shape. For 12 years, William explained, his words sharp as monofilament wire. While we smiled and bowed and accepted your quotas, we built. The Council's own regulations prohibited surveying systems we'd claimed for primitive colonization. You never looked because you never believed we were worth looking at. The Keltorian Prime skin shifted through colors indicating distress. Those designs, those are Council-prohibited weapon systems. The mass cascade torpedoes, The quantum entanglement disruptors were prohibited under treaties we just voided, Elsa said. Every human colony received the withdrawal notification 3 minutes ago. Our embargo on Council trade routes begins in 6 hours. Our ships will enforce a 5-light-year exclusion zone around all Terran systems. Any vessel entering without authorization will be disabled and salvaged. This is war, the VRYN shrieked, its harmonics fracturing into dissonance. No, William corrected, and his smile carried the weight of humanity's violent history. War is what happens if you try to stop us. This is simply renegotiation. You wanted us contained because you feared human aggression? Congratulations. You just made it strategic necessity. Elsa pulled up the final display, a tactical map showing human fleet positions. 50 dreadnoughts, each massing 4 million tons, had simultaneously jumped to coordinates surrounding Council space. Not an invasion force. A perimeter. We're not conquering anyone, Elsa said, and despite everything, her voice carried genuine regret. We're claiming what we built in the shadows you forced us into. You mocked Earth at this council. You treated our scientists like children, our diplomats like servants, our requests like jokes. She deactivated her console, the holograms dissolving into quantum static. The treaties you hid behind are gone. The humans you dismissed are gone. What remains are survivors of a species that climbed from extinction-level disasters 6 times before achieving spaceflight. We're really good at adapting. William executed a perfect military turn. The Terran Confederation thanks the Council for this educational experience. Don't follow us. They walked through the silent chamber, past aliens who had ruled the galaxy for millennia, now frozen by a simple truth. They had never actually seen humanity. Only the cage they'd built around it. The cage was empty now, and the galaxy would learn what filled the void. Yendi.